The year was 2145 when humanity made its first contact with an advanced alien civilization. It was a moment that would forever change the course of human history. On a routine deep space mission, the crew of the exploration vessel UNS Endeavour detected an anomaly on their sensors, a massive, unfamiliar spacecraft, unlike anything humanity had ever encountered. Cautiously, they moved in for a closer look, hailing the alien vessel in hopes of establishing communication. To their surprise and wonder, the alien ship responded. A towering holographic figure appeared on the Endeavour's bridge, its features sharp and angular, radiating an aura of power and authority. "I am Sci-Fi, ambassador of the Galactic Empire," the alien being declared in a booming, reverberating voice. "Humanity, you have been observed for some time. Your presence in this sector is noted." The human crew exchanged bewildered glances. Galactic Empire. They had never heard of such a civilization before. Captain Margaret Singh stepped forward, clearing her throat nervously. "Greetings, Ambassador Xylov. We are representatives of the United Nations Space Administration, the governing body of humanity's space exploration efforts. We come in peace, seeking to make contact and learn from your advanced civilization." Xylov's holographic image regarded them with an unreadable expression. "Your curiosity is understandable, but misguided. Humanity, you must turn back and keep away from the planet you call Earth at all costs. It is under the protection of the Galactic Empire, and we will not tolerate any interference." Singh blinked in confusion. "Earth? But that is our home world, the cradle of human civilization. Surely you don't mean to—" "Silence," Xylov thundered, cutting her off. "Your kind has been observed, and your primitive technologies pose no threat to us. But should you continue your attempts to approach Earth, you will face the full wrath of the Galactic Empire. This is your only warning." Before the stunned crew could respond, the alien vessel's engines flared to life, and it disappeared into the inky blackness of space, leaving the Endeavour adrift and reeling from the encounter. Back on Earth, the footage and recordings from the Endeavour's mission were immediately classified and analyzed by the highest levels of the United Nations Space Administration. Scientists and military strategists pored over every detail, trying to make sense of the Galactic Empire's ominous warning. They claim Earth is under their protection. Dr. Maizong, the chief xenobiologist, murmured, brow furrowed in deep thought. "But how can that be? Humanity has no knowledge of any advanced alien civilizations, let alone one capable of interstellar travel and possessing the power to defend our homeworld." General Akira Tanaka, the commander of Earth's fledgling space fleet, slammed his fist on the conference table, his face twisted in a scowl. "This is an outrage. Who do these Galactic Empire upstarts think they are, telling us to stay away from our own planet? We'll show them the true strength of humanity." Singh raised a hand, silencing the general. "Easy, Akira. We don't know the full extent of the Galactic Empire's capabilities or their intentions. For now, we must tread carefully. This first contact has shaken the very foundations of our understanding of the cosmos." The room fell silent as the implications sank in. Humanity had always dreamed of exploring the stars, of making contact with alien civilizations. But now, faced with the sudden revelation of a vast, powerful empire that claimed dominion over their home world, that dream seemed more distant and uncertain than ever before. The future, it seemed, had taken an unexpected and unsettling turn. Despite the Galactic Empire's stern warning, humanity's thirst for exploration and discovery could not be so easily quelled. Within a year of the first contact, a team of bold and curious human astronauts set out on a daring mission to venture towards the mysterious planet known as Earth. The crew of the UNS Icarus, a state-of-the-art deep space exploration vessel, were determined to defy the Galactic Empire's edict and uncover the truth about this alien civilization's claim over humanity's homeworld. Led by the fearless Captain Liam O'Connor, the Icarus crew set a course for the coordinates provided by the Endeavour's previous encounter. "We've got to find out what the Galactic Empire is hiding," O'Connor said with unwavering resolve. "Earth is our home, and if these aliens think they can just swoop in and claim it, they've got another thing coming." As the Icarus approached the designated coordinates, the crew's excitement and trepidation grew in equal measure. But their bold foray into the unknown was quickly met with a devastating display of the Galactic Empire's power. Without warning, a massive armada of sleek, angular warships materialized from the darkness of space, their advanced weaponry trained on the Icarus. A thunderous voice boomed through the vessel's communication systems, echoing with the same authoritative presence as Tylot's previous warning. "Humanity, you have defied our command. Turn back immediately or be destroyed." Captain O'Connor's knuckles whitened as he gripped the edge of the command console, his jaw set in determination. "All hands, prepare for evasive maneuvers. We're not going down without a fight." The Icarus darted and weaved through the hail of energy beams and projectiles, its agile thrusters and skilled piloting keeping it just out of reach of the Galactic Empire's devastating firepower. But the human vessel was outmatched, its defenses slowly eroding under the relentless assault. Hull integrity at 40% and dropping, the ship's tactical officer reported, her voice laced with growing panic. "We can't take much more of this, Captain." O'Connor's brow furrowed as he considered their dwindling options. "All right, full reverse thrust. Get us out of here, before." His order was cut short as a massive energy beam pierced the Icarus's main drive, crippling the vessel's engines. Alarms blared, and the crew braced themselves for the inevitable. "We've lost propulsion," the helmsman cried. "We're dead in the water." The Galactic Empire's warships moved in, surrounding the helpless Icarus. Captain O'Connor closed his eyes, steeling himself for the end. But to his surprise, the final blow never came. Instead, a series of powerful tractor beams seized the Icarus, gently pulling the damaged vessel towards the largest of the Galactic Empire's ships. The human crew watched in a mixture of awe and trepidation as they were drawn ever closer to their captors. When the Icarus was safely docked within the cavernous hangar bay of the alien flagship, a holographic projection once again materialized before the crew. This time, the image was not of Xyloth, but of a different, more regal-looking alien, a female with piercing eyes and an air of authority. "Greetings, humans," she said, her voice smooth and measured. "I am Empress Avera of the Galactic Empire. You have shown bravery in the face of our power, but also reckless disregard for our warnings. Why have you chosen to defy us?" Captain O'Connor stepped forward, his expression resolute. "Empress Avera, we come in peace, but we cannot simply abandon our home world at your command. Earth is the birthplace of humanity, the cradle of our civilization. We have a right to explore and understand our own planet." Avera's gaze narrowed, and for a moment, O'Connor feared he had sealed the Icarus crew's fate. But then, to his surprise, the Empress nodded slowly. "I see. Your desire to understand your origins is understandable, even if it puts you at odds with the Galactic Empire. Very well, I shall grant you an opportunity to plead your case before the Galactic Council. But be warned, if you continue to defy us, the consequences will be severe." With a gesture, the hologram disappeared, leaving the Icarus crew to ponder the momentous decision that now lay before them. The stage was set for a confrontation that would forever change the course of human history. The captive crew of the UNS Icarus found themselves in an unprecedented situation. Faced with the overwhelming power of the Galactic Empire, they had been granted a rare opportunity: the chance to plead humanity's case before the Galactic Council, the governing body of the vast, ancient alien civilization. As the Icarus was escorted through the intricate network of ships and stations that comprised the Galactic Empire's domain, the human crew marveled at the sheer scale and technological sophistication of what they were witnessing. It was a humbling realization that the power and resources at the Galactic Empire's disposal dwarfed anything humanity had ever achieved. When the Icarus finally docked at the central hub of the Galactic Council, Captain Liam O'Connor and his crew were ushered into a grand, amphitheater-like chamber. Arrayed before them were representatives from dozens of alien species, each unique in their appearance and bearing an air of ancient wisdom. At the center of the chamber, the imposing figure of Empress Avera stood, her piercing gaze sweeping over the gathered humans. "People of Earth," she began, her voice echoing through the chamber. "You have been summoned here to make your case for why the Galactic Empire should not enforce its claim of protection over your homeworld." O'Connor stepped forward, his shoulders squared with determination. "Esteemed members of the Galactic Council, we come before you seeking answers and a chance to understand our place in the cosmos. For centuries, humanity has dreamed of exploring the stars and making contact with other intelligent life. And now we find ourselves confronted with the stark reality that our home, our very birthright, is claimed by an advanced alien civilization we knew nothing about." He paused, his gaze sweeping across the alien faces before him. "We are not here to challenge the Galactic Empire's authority or to make demands. We simply seek the truth. Why has Earth been placed under your protection, and what does that mean for the future of our species?" Murmurs rippled through the council chambers as O'Connor's words were translated and disseminated among the diverse alien representatives. Empress Avera raised a hand, silencing the chatter. "A fair question, Captain O'Connor. The reason for the Galactic Empire's claim over your homeworld is an ancient and complex matter, rooted in the very history of this galaxy." She turned, gesturing to a towering holographic display that sprang to life behind her. "Millions of years ago, a species known as the progenitors arose on your planet, Earth. They were the first sentient beings to achieve galactic-scale civilization, and their influence and technologies spread across the stars. It was the progenitors who established the foundations of the Galactic Empire, forging an alliance of worlds to maintain order and prevent the misuse of their most potent discoveries." Avera's expression darkened. But the progenitors' reign was not to last. A cataclysmic event, the details of which are still not fully understood, led to their downfall. In the aftermath, the Galactic Empire swore to protect Earth and the legacy of the progenitors, ensuring that their knowledge and technology would not fall into the wrong hands. The Icarus crew exchanged stunned glances, struggling to comprehend the implications of Avera's revelation. Captain O'Connor cleared his throat, his voice trembling slightly. "So you're telling us that Earth, our home, was once the seat of a galactic civilization predating your own, and that the Galactic Empire has been guarding it all this time, even from humanity itself?" Avera nodded solemnly. "That is correct. The progenitor's legacy is a sacred trust we have upheld for millennia. We cannot allow it to be disturbed or misused, especially by a young and technologically primitive species such as yourselves." The chamber fell silent as the weight of her words sank in. Captain O'Connor knew that the fate of humanity now hung in the balance, dependent on the Galactic Council's decision. The future of their species and their rightful claim to their homeworld hung in the balance. Despite the Galactic Empire's stern warning and the revelations presented before the Galactic Council, humanity's thirst for exploration and understanding of their home world could not be quelled. In the months following the captive crew's return from their encounter with the advanced alien civilization, a surge of clandestine missions were launched, all with the goal of breaching the Galactic Empire's defenses and reaching Earth. The United Nations Space Administration, under intense pressure from a populace driven by curiosity and a sense of birthright, authorized a series of covert exploration efforts. These daring expeditions, led by the most experienced and skilled human astronauts, were tasked with penetrating the Galactic Empire's formidable barrier and gathering any information they could about the mysterious progenitors and the true nature of Earth's significance. Captain Liam O'Connor, fresh from his harrowing experience aboard the Icarus, was tapped to lead one such mission. Haunted by the warnings of the Galactic Empire and the weight of the responsibility on his shoulders, he nevertheless knew that he could not refuse the call of his people. "We have to find out the truth, O'Connor told his hand-picked crew, his gaze steely with determination. The Galactic Empire may claim to protect Earth, but it is our home. Humanity has a right to know what lies beyond that barrier. With the latest advancements in stealth and propulsion technology, the small fleet of human vessels slipped past the Galactic Empire's vigilant patrols, edging ever closer to the forbidden borders of the solar system. But their presence did not go unnoticed. High above the Earth, the Galactic Empire's sentries detected the approaching human ships, their advanced sensors piercing the veil of secrecy. Alarms blared, and within moments, a vast armada of the Empire's sleek, angular warships materialized, converging on the intruders. Captain O'Connor's blood ran cold as the familiar sight of the Galactic Empire's formidable fleet filled his view screen. All hands, evasive maneuvers. They found us. The human vessels scattered, their engines pushing to the limits as they desperately tried to outmaneuver the pursuing alien ships. But the Galactic Empire's technology and tactical prowess proved overwhelming. And one by one, the human craft were disabled and captured. Aboard the flagship of the Galactic Empire's Admiral, Liam O'Connor, and his crew found themselves once again in the presence of the towering holographic figure of Empress Avera. Her expression was a mask of barely contained frustration. Humanity, you have proven yourselves to be a defiant and troublesome species. I had hoped that our previous encounter and the revelations shared with your representatives would deter you from further incursions. Clearly, I was mistaken. O'Connor stood tall, refusing to be cowed by the Empress's stern demeanor. Empress Avera, we mean no disrespect, but Earth is our home. How can you expect us to simply abandon it, to never set foot on the world that birthed our civilization? Avera's eyes narrowed. The progenitor's legacy is a sacred trust that the Galactic Empire has upheld for millennia. We will not allow that trust to be violated, no matter the cost. You have been warned, time and again, to stay away from Earth. Yet you persist in your foolish attempts to breach our defenses. The Empress raised a hand, and a holographic display sprang to life, depicting the sheer scale and power of the Galactic Empire's military might. If you continue to defy us, the consequences will be severe. We will not hesitate to use the full force of our armada to defend what is ours. O'Connor felt a chill run down his spine as he contemplated the gravity of Avera's words. The Galactic Empire was clearly willing to go to any lengths to protect Earth and its mysterious progenitor legacy. Humanity's defiance had pushed them to the brink of a devastating confrontation. As the human crew was escorted away, O'Connor knew that the fate of his species hung in the balance. The stage was set for a final, climactic showdown between the upstart human civilization and the mighty Galactic Empire, a battle that would determine the future of both worlds. Tension mounted across the human colonies and outposts scattered throughout the solar system as news of the Galactic Empire's ultimatum spread. The United Nations Space Administration convened emergency meetings, debating the best course of action in the face of this unprecedented challenge. General Akira Tanaka, the commander of Earth's fledgling space fleet, slammed his fist on the conference table, his face twisted in a scowl. We can't just sit back and let these alien imperialists dictate the fate of our homeworld. Humanity has the right to explore and understand its own origins. Dr. Maizong, the chief xenobiologist, raised a calming hand. I understand your frustration, General, but we must tread carefully. The Galactic Empire has demonstrated a level of power and technology that dwarfs our own. Any direct confrontation would be suicidal. Captain Liam O'Connor, fresh from his harrowing encounters with the alien civilization, spoke up. May's right. We can't underestimate the Galactic Empire's resolve to defend what they see as their claim on Earth. But we also can't simply abandon our home and our birthright as a species. The room fell silent as the gravity of the situation sank in. Humanity stood at a pivotal crossroads, facing a decision that would shape the course of its future. After long, tense deliberations, a consensus emerged. They would defy the Galactic Empire's ultimatum and continue their efforts to breach the defenses surrounding Earth. With a renewed sense of purpose, the United Nations Space Administration mobilized its resources, pouring funds and manpower into developing the most advanced, cutting-edge technologies humanity could muster. Starships were retrofitted with the latest in propulsion, shielding, and weapons systems, while teams of the brightest scientific minds worked tirelessly to uncover the secrets of the progenitors and the Galactic Empire's claims. As the preparations neared completion, General Tanaka addressed the assembled crews, his voice ringing with conviction. Men and women of Earth, the time has come to show the Galactic Empire the true strength and determination of our species. They may possess superior technology, but we have something they can never match: the indomitable spirit of humanity. The troops erupted in thunderous cheers, their resolve hardening in the face of the impending confrontation. With a final salute, they boarded their vessels, ready to embark on the most important mission in the history of their civilization. High above the Earth, the Galactic Empire's massive armada stood poised, its sensors vigilantly monitoring the solar system for any signs of human activity. Empress Avara's holographic form appeared on the bridge of the fleet's flagship, her expression grim. "The time has come," she declared, her voice resonating with a hint of regret. "Humanity has refused our final warning. Prepare the fleet for battle. We will defend Earth and the progenitor's legacy at all costs." The massive warships surged to life, their engines roaring as they maneuvered into formation, weapons systems humming with power. In the void of space, the stage was set for a cataclysmic showdown between the Galactic Empire and the upstart human civilization. As the human fleet approached the boundaries of the solar system, they were met with a towering wall of advanced alien vessels, their armaments primed and ready. Captain O'Connor gripped the edge of the command console, his knuckles whitening. "All hands, brace for impact. This is it, people. For Earth." The battle erupted in a blinding display of light and energy, as the human vessels unleashed a barrage of their most powerful weapons against the Galactic Empire's formidable defenses. Explosions rocked the void, shaking the very fabric of space itself. In the midst of the chaos, the fate of two worlds hung in the balance, as humanity fought to reclaim its rightful place in the cosmos. The vastness of space erupted into a maelstrom of destruction as the Galactic Empire's massive armada engaged the determined human fleet. Brilliant flashes of energy beams and missiles crisscrossed the void, shaking the very fabric of the cosmos. Captain Liam O'Connor gripped the edge of the USS Odin's command console, his knuckles turning white as he watched the unfolding battle. All around him, his crew worked feverishly, their fingers dancing across the controls as they maneuvered the powerful warship through the chaos. "Target the enemy's forward shields," O'Connor barked, his voice cutting through the din of alarms and explosions. "We need to punch a hole in their defenses." The Odin's powerful cannons unleashed a withering barrage, its energy bolts pounding relentlessly against the sleek, angular hulls of the Galactic Empire's warships. Slowly, the enemy's shields began to falter, and the human fleet seized the opportunity, pressing the assault with renewed vigor. Across the battlefield, the scene was one of utter pandemonium. Human pilots weaved and darted through the swarm of alien vessels, their nimble fighters unleashing a hail of missiles and laser fire. But the Galactic Empire's superior technology and sheer numerical advantage proved a formidable obstacle. General Akira Tanaka, commander of the human fleet, gritted his teeth as he watched one of his prized cruisers succumb to the overwhelming firepower. "Damn it, we're taking heavy casualties, but we can't back down now. Keep up the pressure." The battle raged on, with neither side willing to concede an inch. The Galactic Empire's warships unleashed devastating barrages of energy beams and plasma torpedoes, carving swaths of destruction through the human formations. But the humans, driven by their unwavering determination to defend their home, refused to be cowed. As the conflict reached a fever pitch, a sudden, unexpected event unfolded that would alter the course of the battle. One of the Galactic Empire's largest capital ships, its hull already pockmarked with scars from the intense fighting, suddenly erupted in a massive explosion, its twisted wreckage tumbling through the void. The shockwave of the detonation sent nearby human and alien vessels reeling, their systems disrupted by the intense energy discharge. In the chaos, Captain O'Connor spotted a glimmer of hope. There, the enemy's defenses are temporarily down. All ships, concentrate your fire on that opening. The human fleet surged forward, unleashing a barrage of missiles and energy beams that tore through the Galactic Empire's weakened defenses. One by one, the alien warships began to fall, their advanced technologies unable to withstand the relentless human onslaught. Empress Avara's holographic form materialized on the bridge of the flagship, her expression one of mounting alarm. Unacceptable. How dare these primitive humans defy the might of the Galactic Empire? She turned to the fleet's admiral, her voice laced with urgency. Mobilize our reserve forces. We must not allow them to breach our lines. The progenitor's legacy must be protected at all costs. But as the admiral scrambled to comply, a shocking revelation came to light. The explosion that had crippled the Galactic Empire's capital ship was not the result of human weaponry, but rather an internal malfunction, one that hinted at a deeper, more unsettling truth. On the human fleet's command ship, Captain O'Connor and General Tanaka exchanged a bewildered glance. What the hell just happened? Tanaka muttered, his brow furrowed in confusion. O'Connor shook his head slowly, his mind racing with the implications. I don't know, but it seems the Galactic Empire is hiding something about the nature of this battle. And if we can uncover that secret, it might just be the key to turning the tide in our favor. As the battle raged on, the fate of both humanity and the Galactic Empire hung in the balance, with the stakes higher than either side could have imagined. The battle between the human fleet and the mighty Galactic Empire raged on, with both sides refusing to yield. But as the conflict intensified, a shocking revelation came to light that would forever change the course of the confrontation. The unexpected explosion that had crippled one of the Galactic Empire's massive capital ships was not, as initially believed, the result of human weaponry. Instead, the malfunction pointed to a deeper, more unsettling truth. The ship's systems had somehow been compromised from within. Captain Liam O'Connor and General Akira Tanaka huddled over the tactical display, their brows furrowed in deep contemplation. This doesn't make any sense, Tanaka growled, his fist clenching. We're taking the fight to them, yet their own ships are turning against them. O'Connor shook his head slowly. I don't think this is mere coincidence, Akira. There's something more going on here, something the Galactic Empire is desperately trying to hide. The captain turned to the communications officer, his voice urgent. Get me a direct link to Empress Avara. We need answers, and we need them now. Moments later, the towering holographic form of the Galactic Empire's ruler materialized on the command deck, her expression a mask of fury and thinly veiled panic. Humanity, you have gone too far, Avara thundered, her voice echoing through the bridge. This attack on our forces will not be tolerated. Surrender immediately, or face complete annihilation. O'Connor stepped forward, his gaze unwavering. Empress Avara, we know the truth now. The malfunction that crippled your capital ship was not our doing. Something is happening within the Galactic Empire's own ranks, isn't it? Avara's eyes narrowed, and for a moment, the human captain feared he had overstepped his bounds. But then, to his surprise, the Empress let out a weary sigh, her shoulders slumping ever so slightly. You are perceptive, Captain O'Connor. Yes, there is indeed a dark secret at the heart of this conflict, a secret that the Galactic Empire has guarded for millennia. She paused, her gaze sweeping across the assembled human crew. The progenitors, the ancient species whose legacy we have sworn to protect, are not as extinct as we have claimed. A remnant of their civilization still exists, hidden deep within the Earth's core. O'Connor felt a chill run down his spine as the implications of Avara's revelation sank in. Then the Galactic Empire's obsession with defending Earth, It's not just about preserving the progenitor's legacy, is it? There's something more, something you've been hiding from us. Avera nodded solemnly. Indeed, the progenitors possess a power so ancient and profound that its misuse could threaten the very fabric of the galaxy. We have fought for millennia to keep this knowledge from falling into the wrong hands. And now, it seems, that battle has come to your doorstep. The Empress's expression hardened, her voice taking on a grave tone. Humanity, you have forced our hand. If you continue this assault, we will be compelled to take drastic measures to protect the progenitor's legacy. Measures that may well mean the destruction of your home world. O'Connor's heart sank, the weight of Avera's words crushing his spirit. He knew, in that moment, that the fate of Earth and the future of humanity hung in the balance. The battle had become more than a simple clash of civilizations. It had become a fight for the very survival of their species. As the communication link with the Galactic Empire's flagship flickered and dissolved, O'Connor turned to his crew, his face etched with grim determination. All hands, prepare for the battle of our lives. The fate of Earth is at stake, and we can't afford to lose. The human fleet, their resolve hardened by the revelation of the progenitor's secrets, surged forward once more, ready to confront the Galactic Empire's formidable might with renewed vigor. The stakes had never been higher, and the future of both civilizations hung in the balance. The revelations shared by Empress Avera had shaken the human fleet to its core. The knowledge that the fate of their home world, Earth, was inextricably linked to the ancient progenitor civilization, and the Galactic Empire's obsession with protecting their legacy had cast the conflict in a new and unsettling light. As the battle raged on, Captain Liam O'Connor and General Akira Tanaka huddled over the tactical displays, their minds racing to devise a new strategy that could turn the tide in humanity's favor. They knew that the stakes had been raised exponentially, and that the very survival of their species now hung in the balance. If what Avera said is true, then we're not just fighting for the right to explore our own home world, O'Connor murmured, his brow furrowed in deep thought. We're fighting to prevent the Galactic Empire from wiping us out entirely. Tanaka nodded grimly. Exactly, and we can't afford to lose. Not this time. He paused, his gaze sweeping across the chaotic battlefield. But how do we counter an enemy that seems to have such an overwhelming technological and numerical advantage? O'Connor's eyes narrowed as an idea began to take shape in his mind. We need to find a way to level the playing field, to uncover the Galactic Empire's weaknesses and exploit them to our advantage. Gesturing to the communications officer, O'Connor's voice took on a newfound urgency. Get me a direct link to Empress Avera. We need to talk. Moments later, the towering holographic form of the Galactic Empire's ruler appeared once more, her expression a mix of frustration and weariness. Captain O'Connor, I had hoped our previous conversation would have been enough to deter you. Yet here you are, still defying us. O'Connor held up a hand, his tone surprisingly diplomatic. Empress Avera, I understand the gravity of the situation we find ourselves in. The fate of our two civilizations hangs in the balance, and I believe we both have a vested interest in finding a solution that does not lead to the complete destruction of Earth and its people. Avera's eyes narrowed. You presume much, human. The Galactic Empire has held sway over this galaxy for millennia. What makes you think we would be willing to compromise with your kind? Because, O'Connor replied, his gaze unwavering. We both have something to lose. The progenitor's legacy is at stake, and you've made it clear that you will go to any lengths to protect it. But what if we could find a way to work together, to ensure that their knowledge and power remain safe, while also allowing humanity to take its rightful place among the stars? The Empress regarded him with a contemplative silence, her expression unreadable. After a long moment, she spoke, her voice measured and cautious. You make a reasonable proposition, Captain O'Connor, but the trust between our peoples has been severely strained. What assurances can you offer that humanity will not misuse the progenitor's legacy, should we grant you limited access to Earth? O'Connor took a deep breath, knowing that the fate of his species rested on his next words. Empress Avara, we are a young and ambitious civilization, but we are also capable of great wisdom and restraint. We simply seek to understand our own origins, to unlock the secrets of our home world. In return, we offer our cooperation in safeguarding the progenitor's legacy and a pledge to abide by the Galactic Empire's oversight and guidance. The battle raged on around them, the explosions and the clash of weapons serving as a tense backdrop to their delicate negotiations. Avara's gaze remained fixed on O'Connor, her expression inscrutable. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, she spoke. Very well, Captain. We shall consider your proposal. But know this, if humanity betrays our trust, or if the progenitor's legacy is ever endangered, the Galactic Empire will not hesitate to act with the full force of our might. As the communication link dissolved, O'Connor turned to his crew, a glimmer of hope in his eyes. We may have found a way to end this conflict without total annihilation. But the road ahead will not be easy. We must tread carefully and prove ourselves worthy of the trust the Galactic Empire is willing to place in us. The human fleet, its resolve strengthened by the prospect of a diplomatic solution, surged forward once more, their weapons still primed but their hearts filled with a cautious optimism. The fate of two civilizations now rested on the outcome of these tense negotiations. The tense negotiations between humanity and the Galactic Empire had brought the galaxy-spanning conflict to a critical juncture. With the fate of Earth and the future of both civilizations hanging in the balance, Captain Liam O'Connor and Empress Avara worked tirelessly to forge a delicate compromise that would satisfy the demands of both parties. It was a painstaking process, fraught with mistrust and the ever-present threat of a return to the devastating combat that had already taken a heavy toll on both sides. But as the talks progressed, a glimmer of understanding began to emerge, fueled by a newfound respect for the complexities and long-standing tensions at the heart of the dispute. The progenitor's legacy is a sacred trust that the Galactic Empire has sworn to uphold for millennia, Avara stated, her holographic form projecting an aura of regal authority. We cannot simply hand over control of Earth to a species as young and untested as yours, no matter your claims of birthright. O'Connor nodded, his expression grave. I understand your concerns, Empress, but surely there must be a way for us to work together, to ensure the progenitor's knowledge and power remain safe, while also allowing humanity to explore and understand our own origins. The negotiations went on for weeks, with both sides making concessions and testing the limits of their respective positions. Tempers flared, and the threat of a return to open conflict loomed ever present, but the determination to find a peaceful resolution kept the talks from collapsing. Finally, after much deliberation, a compromise was reached, one that would forever change the course of human history and the Galactic Empire's relationship with the upstart civilization. We are willing to grant humanity limited access to Earth under the watchful eye of the Galactic Empire, Avara announced, her voice carrying a hint of reluctance. But any attempt to interfere with or misuse the progenitor's legacy will be met with the full force of our might. This is the only way we can ensure the safety of what we have sworn to protect. O'Connor let out a breath he didn't realize he had been holding, a cautious smile spreading across his face. Empress Avara, on behalf of all humanity, I accept your terms. We will work tirelessly to prove ourselves worthy of this trust and to unravel the mysteries of our home world in a manner that respects the progenitor's legacy. The news of the historic accord between humanity and the Galactic Empire spread like wildfire through the solar system and beyond. For the first time, the upstart human civilization had secured a foothold in the vast, interconnected network of alien societies that spanned the galaxy, and the implications were staggering. General Akira Tanaka, the once staunch advocate of a hardline approach, shook his head in wonder as he watched the human fleet begin its cautious exploration of Earth under the watchful gaze of the Galactic Empire's vessels. Who would have thought it? He murmured, a hint of pride in his voice. Humanity, standing alongside the most powerful civilization in the galaxy. It's a far cry from where we started. Indeed, the conflict between humanity and the Galactic Empire had forever altered the course of galactic history. The bold defiance of the human species, coupled with their willingness to engage in dialogue and compromise, had earned them a newfound respect among the ancient alien civilizations. As the human explorers ventured forth, guided by the Galactic Empire's oversight, they uncovered layer upon layer of the progenitor's legacy, a wealth of knowledge and technologies that both awed and humbled them. The delicate balance between the two civilizations was maintained, with humanity proving itself worthy of the trust placed in it. In the years that followed, a new era of cautious cooperation and shared exploration emerged, with the Galactic Empire and humanity working in tandem to unravel the mysteries of Earth and the ancient progenitor species that once called it home. The path forward was not without its challenges, but the recognition of their shared stake in the preservation of the cosmos had forged an alliance that few could have predicted. And as the human colonies and outposts continued to expand, their people gazing out at the endless expanse of the stars, they knew that their place in the galaxy had been forever transformed. No longer were they mere upstarts, but rather respected partners in the grand tapestry of galactic civilization, a testament to the power of curiosity, determination, and the willingness to embrace the unknown.